Welcome back, everybody. I apologize for being gone. I got a little busy with my personal life, but that is no excuse for me to lack on this crazy offseason that the Penguins had. Like, a lot has changed since my last video, which Ron Hextall was still employed by the team. Since then, the Penguins got some new management. Kyle Dubas is running the show right now. Since I've been gone, I feel very bad. I have to give my opinions on what Kyle Dubas has done so far. You know, we've gotten the draft, we've gotten some trades, we've gotten some signings, we've gotten some questionable moves. I feel like there's so much to talk about, and I don't care if I'm a little late. I am gonna talk about everything. We're gonna go in order in separate videos, but today we're gonna focus on his first trade as a Penguin, and that is acquiring Reilly Smith from Vegas for just a third-round pick. Already a very smart move from Kyle Dubas, taking advantage of a team who needed to shed salary. Vegas had a few free agents they needed to sign. They needed to move a player. Kyle Dubas was there ready to just snatch it up for basically free. You really can't go wrong with this trade. It's not expensive. It's not long-term. You don't give up too much. It's literally the definition of low risk, high reward, and you know you're going to get the reward, and you just give up a third-round pick. At the time of this trade, I was really hoping the Penguins can find a way to keep Jason Zucker. Obviously, now we know that didn't work out. We knew he wasn't going to re-sign pretty much, and this trade kind of solidified that replacement, but I just keep imagine what this top nine would look like with Reilly Smith and Jason Zucker re-sign. Would probably be the filthiest top nine in recent memory. Deep down, personally, I thought maybe there was a chance you could re-sign Jason Zucker. You never know, and you know, I kept being optimistic, but deep down I knew this was supposed to be the replacement to Jason Zucker, and that's a pretty good replacement. I mean, it's got the potential to be the perfect fit. Yeah, he's not too old, 32 years old, especially in today's game. I mean, it's old, but he could still play for the 2 more years that he's on his contract. Ever since joining Vegas as that original misfit group, he's always put up on pace for 20-goal seasons and 60-point seasons in all his 5 years with Vegas. He just won the Cup with Vegas, and he's been on multiple deep conference final runs with Vegas alone. So this is a guy who's got the experience. He's got the history of points. He scores goals. Like I mentioned earlier, it's a potential for a perfect fit, and it gives you flexibility in your lineup. He doesn't have to play with Malkin. Who knows? Maybe he gets a shot with Crosby. Could play maybe on your third line if you want to spread it out. There's a lot of options there. Could play on your power play. But now the main question for me is this an upgrade over Jason Zucker? Because we know it's the replacement, but are you getting better with this trade? I think the answer is yes and no, because it really depends. Look at Jason Zucker's last 5 years. There's a lot of ups and downs. Mainly with the Penguins, we got more downs. And just last year, we finally got that Zucker we wanted, and it was just last year. You never know what Jason Zucker can be next year. Maybe he's not last year's Zucker. Maybe he falls back down to earth a bit. And if that's the case, you know, you're overpaying for what Jason Zucker did last year when he could always go back to what he was in the first 2 years of the trade. Keep in mind, Jason Zucker had 24 5-on-5 goals last year. He was scoring all his goals at even strength. He was one of the very few bright spots on that team last year. What are the odds he recreates it? They might be high, but just to score 24 5-on-5 goals in back-to-back seasons for a guy like Zucker, who has had injury problems and just a lot of ups and downs in his career, I feel like it's possible, but it's also a gamble. Whereas when you look at Reilly Smith and you go take a look at what he did with Vegas, it's more consistent production for a longer sample. So basically, do I think Reilly Smith is an upgrade over Zucker? I think yes, but if it's last year's Jason Zucker we're talking about, it'll be tough. It'll be tough to match those 24 5-on-5 goals. It'll be tough to match that overall energy he brought. But the question I'm looking for is, what Jason Zucker would we be getting next year? So that's the 50-50 question that I always worried with Zucker. And in this case, I feel like there's more of a for sure thing with Reilly Smith. Like, I'm pretty sure Smith is going to score 20, 25 next year, 50, 60 points. Because when you look at what he's done, he's been hitting that for mostly his entire career. And I brought up this point every offseason for like the last 5 years. Whenever the Penguins lose good players, it's like, is it really that big of a deal when you do nothing with them? And that's nothing on the players. But I feel like when you lost Nick Bonino after the back-to-back Cups, that was tough. You know, losing Fleury, losing Kunitz, losing guys who played key roles on Cup teams. Like, wow, how do we replace that? But Jason Zucker, all we did with him, and this is nothing against Zucker, but when he was on the team, 3 first-round exits and a missed playoffs. Again, that's not anything against Zucker, but the mindset is, how hard should it be to replace a winger on a team that's never made it past the second round while he was here? Like, whatever, how much worse can you get? You go from barely missing the playoffs to missing it by 10 points. Like, I feel like, all right, let's change it up here. It's not the end of the world. I feel like Zucker's spot is replaceable, and I feel like they did a great job with Reilly Smith being that replacement. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're all on the same page here, but let me know what you think about the trade, and make sure to stay tuned. I will be coming back with everything that Kyle Dubas has done so far. I'm going to try my best to maybe make them daily uploads or every second day or something, but I'll be talking about the draft. I'll be talking about the re-signings. I'll be talking about the new players brought in, all in the next couple days. So stay tuned. And again, give me your thoughts on this trade. And thank you guys so much for watching.